So good morning everybody, and today I'm going to discuss the basic concept of convolution neural network, that is CNN, which is popularly used for the image analysis, and it can also be used for other data analysis and classification problems. And I'm going to explain the concept of CNN without using mathematics so that it can be easily understood by everybody. So assume a computer needs to recognize a handwritten number 9, which looks the matrix of a numbers, and these numbers are the pixel intensities. But the issue with this representation is that it is too much hard coded. And if you have a little shift in the digit 9, for example, here I have shifted left side, the computer will not be able to recognize that this is number 9. Another case is suppose this is a 2D representation of handwritten numeric number 2, and which can be flattened into the single array of 49 elements because it was the 7 by 7 matrix. And these can be fed to the input layer of the neural network, and suppose there is only one hidden layer. The output hidden layer will be 10, as it is used for classification of numbers, which can be from 0 to 9. And this will require 49 cross 49 cross 10 operations, which work okay for single digit. But if you do have a bigger image, for example, consider a beautiful picture of Namrata of size 1000 by 1000 pixels. As we have 3 RGB channels, so the image size will be 1000 by 1000 cross 3, that is 3 million, which is the number of first layer neurons. And let us keep 1000 neurons in the hidden layer. Then the weights to be calculated between input and hidden layer will be 3 million into 1000, that is 3 billion, and which is too much data for a computer to process. So there are the two basic disadvantages of using ANN for image classification. First one, it requires too much of computation, and second, it is sensitive to the location of an object in an image. So CNN has a potential to address these issues. CNN basically detect the patterns. In CNN, hidden layer contains a convolution layer which does convolution operation. So the high level idea is the convolution layer detect the patterns. And with each convolution layer, we need to specify the number of filters, which are basically patterns or the feature detectors, like for example, age, shapes, textures, etc. And the output of the one convolution layer may be input to the another convolution layer for more sophisticated feature detection, such as rats, cats, etc. So let us take a age detection filter, and now this filter can be slided on this image row wise from the first pixel to the last pixel. So, and it can easily detect the ages in the image, which is shown here. So now the question is, how does filter works? So filter is a small matrix, much smaller than the image, and having the random numbers as its event. And this filter is convoluted with the original image. So let us take only 3 by 3 filter and take 3 by 3 grid on the original image and multiply individual numbers with this filter. So for example, if you will put it here, so 1 into minus 1 will be minus 1, then plus 1 into 1 will be 1, and so on. So the convoluted number you have to write in the target matrix, which is known as the feature map. And now do this operation for the second round of 3 by 3 grid after shifting 1. So if you are shifting by 1, the stride will be 1. It is known as stride. And if you are shifting 2, the stride will be 2. And you can keep the stride as per your convenience. And you have to perform this operation for the entire image. So, in conclusion, the convolution neural network is like a normal artificial neural network. So, it contains the input layer. For example, this is a beautiful image of koala you can input in the input layer, and then the hidden layer may contain the convolution layer. And suppose this is the first convolution layer, which contains many filters to detect eye, nose, ears, hands, and legs. And now we can see if you are able to detect eye, nose, and ears, you are able to detect the head. So this information will be passed to the next convolution layer. Okay, basically the filter that is in the next convolution layer. And from the hands and legs, I can identify the body. So this the second convolution layer, the other filter will be able to recognize the koala's body. And this information, the head information and body information, can be passed into the next layer for the classification whether it is koala or not. And the similar way we can do with respect to the handwritten text also, like this is the contour recognitions, the various type of curves and all, and you can recognize where the head nine of the nine is, similarly the tail of the nine is, and you can identify whether it is number line or something else. So in conclusion, the convolution neural network contains many convolution layer, and in one convolution layer it may contain many filters, and filters are known as feature detectors. So it can detect the features like ages or textures or anything, and which can be passed to the other convolution layer to detect more sophisticated feature, for example the head, the tail, the stomach, and so on, and which can be fed. This output can be fed to the next layer to identify or to classify whether it is human or which human it is. So I hope the concept of CNN is understood, is clear to everybody. And in the next video, I'll be uploading the implementation of convolution neural network, and I will be also explaining the real mathematics that work inside the convolution neural network. So if you want to see my upcoming videos, I will request all of you to please subscribe my channel. Thank you.